which exports a lot of its furniture to America. He likes listening to music, especially Van Morrison, and is a collector of first editions.
Thank you. Welcome back. Busy little lot, aren't you? Now, fingers on the buzzers. First to buzz gets a chance to answer. First jumper with 3 correct answers opens the game up, and after that it's question or nominate. You have 3 targets, I suppose. Any winning score would be jolly nice. A winning score above 81 would give one of you a place on the finals board. A winning score above 281 would put one of you in line for our finals board trophy. Right, off we go. 20th century theatre. A man claiming to be a local policeman arrives at the house of a wealthy industrialist. Avril?
An inspector calls.
Yes. J.B. Priestley's play. The name, please, of the character played by Ronnie Barker in Porridge and Going Straight. Fletcher?
Fletcher.
Yes. Norman Stanley Fletcher. And on we go, please. Ido, I-D-O or Ido, Novial and Interglossa are all examples of what? Artificial languages. Politics. During Mrs. Thatcher's 15 years as leader of the Conservative Party, she faced 4 leaders of the Labour Party across the dispatch box. Who were those 4? Pat?
Callaghan, Foote, Kinnock, and... Sorry, I can't remember.
Harold Wilson. Musicals. The title, please, of the Jerome Kern Oscar Hammerstein musical, based on Edna Ferber's novel about the lives and loves of the residents and travelling entertainers on the Cotton Blossom, Mississippi Rivercraft in the late 19th century. Which musical? Pat?
Showboat.
Showboat it is indeed. On we go, please. Which British university has its main site at Uxbridge in Middlesex and others at Runnymede, Twickenham and Osterley? Brunel University. Rugby Union. How many teams in the Six Nations tournament are potential winners of the Triple Crown? Brendan?
4.
Yes. England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. Italy and France can't, of course, win the Triple Crown. On we go, please. Will you please look at this and tell me, this punk hero and bass player with the Sex Pistols? Brendan?
Sid Vicious.
Yes, indeed. Brendan, 3 correct answers. Question or nominate?
Nominate Avril, please.
Avril, the USA and politics. In which decade of the 20th century were Woodrow Wilson, Warren Harding, Calvin Coolidge and Herbert Hoover all presidents of the United States?
The 30s.
In the 1920s. Brendan, please.
Pat.
Pat, what activity was controlled in England by the Broughton Rules, or Broughton Rules, from the middle of the 18th to the middle of the 19th centuries?
I've no idea, sorry.
Prize fighting, boxing. Again, please, Brendan.
Avril.
Theatre, again, Avril. Who in 1892, after an unsuccessful first night of one of his plays, commented that the play was a great success, but the audience was a total failure?
Sounds like Oscar Wilde.
When in doubt, Avril, say Oscar Wilde. And question or nominate?
Nominate Brendan.
Brendan, the arts. Which festival of music and poetry, still held annually, was instituted in 1176 by Prince Rhys ap Griffith?
Guy Stedford.
And question or nominate?
Avril, please.
Botany. What's the name of the sugary fluid produced by flowers and collected by bees?
Nectar.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Pat.
Name connections, Pat. The connection, please, between Lord Nelson's mistress, the capital of Bermuda, and the academicals in Scotland.
Hamilton.
And question or nominate?
I'll nominate Avril, please.
Avril, look at this, please. Who is this famous jockey who recovered from cancer to win the 1981 Grand National on Aldaniti?
Bob Champion.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Pat.
Pat, Shakespeare. He was a regular customer at the Boar's Head Inn at Eastcheap in Henry IV, parts 1 and 2. And his death is described by the landlady at the inn in Henry V. Who?
Falstaff.
And question or nominate?
I'll nominate Brendan.
And Brendan, this is literature and L.P. Hartley. A small boy carries letters for the daughter of an aristocratic family and her lover, a local farmer. Which novel, and later a film starring Julie Christie and Alan Bates?
Women in Love.
That's the story of the go-between. Again, please, Pat.
I'll nominate Avril, please.
Avril, English counties. The names of 3 English counties begin with the letter B. 2 of the 3 counties, please.
Berkshire.
And?
Buckinghamshire.
And Bedfordshire. And question or nominate?
Nominate Pat.
Pat, South Africa. Which national park is named after the man who was president of the Transvaal from 1883 to 1900?
Kruger.
Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Brendan, please.
Brendan, films. Robert Redford and Paul Newman were partners in two great films in the 1960s and 70s. Either of the two films, please.
The Sting.
Yes, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Question or nominate?
Pat, please.
Pat, NASA and space exploration. Mercury, Gemini. What comes next in that series?
Apollo.
And question or nominate?
Nominate Avril.
Avril. Pram, meaning a baby carriage, is a contraction of which longer word?
Perambulator.
And please, question or nominate?
Brendan.
Brendan, a tablet commemorating Richard III in the Cathedral Church of St Martin and a statue of Simon de Montfort on the clock tower. In which Midlands city?
Coventry.
Leicester. Again, please, Avril.
Pat.
Pat, geography. In which ocean do the Seychelles lie?
The Indian Ocean.
And question or nominate?
Avril, please.
Avril, which British statesman was in 1963 the first person ever to be made an honorary US citizen?
Harold Wilson.
No. Winston Churchill. And Pat, please.
Brendan, please.
Brendan, please. This is perfume. The name, please, of the perfumed spirit invented by the Italian Johann Maria Farina and named after the German city in which he had settled in 1709.
Cologne.
Yes, eau de Cologne. And
Pat, please.
Pat, look at this, please, and tell me which planet in the solar system is represented by this symbol.
Neptune.
And question or nominate?
Avril, please.
20th century literature. It is narrated by Charles Ryder and tells the story of his time at Oxford and his relationship with an aristocratic Roman Catholic family. Which Evelyn Waugh novel?
Brideshead Revisited.
Question or nominate?
Pat, please.
Pat, which famous and revered Japanese natural landmark lies southwest of Tokyo near the Pacific coast of Honshu?
Mount Fujiyama.
Yes, or Fuji. And question or nominate?
Brendan, please.
Brendan, please. Botany. Which garden flower gets its name from the Latin for its sword-like leaves?
Gladioli.
Yes, or gladiolus. And onwards, please.
Pat, please.
And Pat, the photosphere, the chromosphere, and the corona are all parts of which body in the solar system?
The Sun.
Question or nominate?
Avril, please.
Medicine and dentistry, third molars in a human being, are more commonly known as what? Wisdom teeth. Pat, onwards we go, please. Question or nominate?
I would nominate Brendan.
Brendan, the Bible, who is this? Judge, hero and liberator of Israel, whose deeds are described in the book of Judges. His name now lives on in hotels around the world.
David.
Gideon. The quiet man of 15 to 1 you seem to be, Pat. You have a winning score of 93, 1 life left, and 7 questions. You already have a place on the finals board, but let's see how much higher up the board that 1 life can take you. English counties. Folkestone, Ramsgate and Margate, all in which English county?
Kent.
George I was the last British monarch not to be buried in Britain. In which European country is he buried?
Germany.
Geography. Which present-day Commonwealth country was called La Nouvelle France, or New France, during its period of French rule in the 17th and 18th centuries?
No idea, sorry.
You will when I tell you. Canada. Yes, you can now relax. A winning score of 113, position number 13 on the finals board. It won't be long before you're the target for 14 other people or 15 other people behind you. Anyway, well done, Pat. Come back and join us again later in the day. Thank you.